Hello teachers, today we're going to talk about rhythm. One of my old friends used to say rhythm is at least 50% of music. Okay, there's different approaches, some more successful than others. I'm going to talk today about 4 key approaches. First approach is one that's commonly used by instrumental teachers and involves things such as 1E and 1 and 2 and 1E and 1 and 2 and things like that. The second approach is based on the Kodály method. Zoltán Kodály, the Hungarian education theorist and composer, involves things such as tika tika, things like that, tika, za, tu, things like syncopa, which I find very useful. The next method is one I found very, very powerful as a performer, which is konakol, takite takite taka, takadum da, takadum da, things like that. And the other method is rhythm counting that involves things such as fruit or objects, bicycle, apple, pear, apple, pear, apple, pear. So here's our first method, a very, very common method, especially amongst instrumental teachers. You see it less with classroom practitioners, they often favour other methods. Interestingly, as common as this method is, it produces the lowest level outcomes, the worst results. Big issues with this method is it doesn't deal well with syncopation or complex rhythm. So the key counting includes 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1. That is particularly weak. 1. Pretty useless. 1 Andy, 1 Andy, 1 Andy. Not too bad. 1 Andy, 1 Andy. 1 and. That is particularly weak. 1 and, 1 and. As this image demonstrates, the method particularly falls down when dealing with rests. You've got the same 2 sound. For example, if you look at number 2A, 1 and 2 and. The musical application of silence is not really represented too well because you've still got a strong 2. Of course, you could always go 1 and sh and, which again, not hugely effective. Or possibly 1 sh, 1 sh. The issues with syncopation come to the fore in this particular image. 1E, a 2E, a 3E and 4E, 4E, terrible, 4E. Nobody would count that particularly well, just weird, 4E. A significant step up from this will be the Kodály method. You will have much, much higher outcomes, a very common method with classroom practitioners. You'll find a lot more variety of sounds in terms of phonics, and you'll cover pretty much all the rhythms and deal very effectively with syncopation. You've got the ta, the tu, the ta, the ti, the ti. Ti gives a nice equal quaver sound rather than some of the other methods. Tika tika is another one. I particularly like syncopa, which you'll see on the next slide, or tricycle as it's got here. Okay, focusing on that triplet again from tricycle, you've got triola, which is the original Kodály. Very effective, triola, 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 for getting kids to count triplets or even isolated triplets, ta, ti, ti, triola, ta, ti, ti, things like that. Syncopa, you can see on the right hand side, very, very useful for any short, long, short rhythm in whatever configuration, quavers, crotchets, whatever. Syncopa, 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 syncopa. Tumti, tumti, tumti. Ti-tum, ti-tum, ti-tum is very useful for long, short, short, long. Tickum, tickum, tum-ti, tickum, tum-ti, tum-ti, tickum. And lots of good sounds here for some of the more complex rhythms. Okay, our next method is personally the most successful from the perspective of being a performer. It's also effective in teaching. Konakol, I'm sure you've heard of konakol from Indian classical music, a kind of a vocal style, but of course tabla players use it, any kind of Indian classical player will use it for those complex rhythms. It's really good for unequal groupings, really complicated syncopations, polyrhythms, or constantly switching time signatures. Very effective. I like this method because of the huge variety in phonic sounds and the natural well placement of accents I find very effective. More than anything, you can go very, very fast at ease, so you can build up a very, 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 very fast rhythm set very quickly. And from the perspective of teaching, children like this method for some reason. They don't even mind practicing it. They find it quite fun. Okay, looking down the rhythm sets, you've got your da, or sometimes it's called the ta, depends. So your taka, your takita, 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 takita is much faster than triola, triola, or one andy. So your takita, 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 da can go very fast. Your number 4 and 8, your takadimi. If you look at 8, it's takadimi, takajuna. Takajuno. You get that little break, which gives you a slight difference. Much easier to count instead of wanty Andy, or tika tika, or tiri tiri, where there's no differentiation. So you've got a nice takadimi takajono, takadimi takajono, takadimi takajono. So you can go very fast. Tadiginaka for your 5. So you've got unequal things on your 6s and 7s. Ta di ginaka, ta di ganaka. A classic 7, you can move the displacement all over the place. Ta di ginaka, ta di ginaka, ta di ginaka, ta di ginaka. An unequal subdivision of your 6. So this method's really good for those very complicated rhythms. And here you've got an example of how you can build all the counting in together. Taka taka takita takita. Even backwards, takita takita taka taka. Even very, very fast forwards backwards. Taka taka takita 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 taka taka. So you've got that real kind of Indian classical sound. Takadimi 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 takadimi. Takadimi ta takadimi ta. Takita ta takita takadimi ta. Takata takita ta 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 takita takita. Very effective for going very quick. Here you have an illustration of how to deal with 3, 5, 6, 7, even 9 beats as it goes up. Very effective. And also how you can play the same sets with added syncopation and multiple tuplets and things like that. And here you've got the general set again. This one I find very, very useful. Again, to go at speed if ever you need to change time signature, particularly when improvising solos. I will often, in my head, be doing Indian conical rhythm. It adds a lot of interest to solos. If you've got a high-level student, this is the ones to go for. Ta, taka, takita. Takita, takadimi. If you look at, for example, in 5/8, you can go forwards, backwards with multiple displacement. Taka takita, takita, taka taka takita, takita, taka. So there's forwards, back. You can go extremely quick, combine up all the rhythms. Taka takita, takita, taka taka takita, takita, taka taka takita, 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 taka takita, takita, taka takita, takita, taka, taka taka takita, taka takita, takita. Taka taka takita takita taka 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 takita. So blasted through 7/6 and went backwards again. So the 7's quite interesting if you slow it down. Taka taka takita. Takita taka takita. So you can move the 3, the triplet displacement, anywhere you want actually. You could even go takita taka taka. So you could stick it all together. Taka taka takita taka takita taka takita taka taka. Backwards. Taka taka takita taka takita taka takita taka taka. And it's really, really fun when you go really, really fast. Taka taka takita 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 taka taka ta. Takadum ta. Put in a 5 there. Taka takadum ta. Or even a 7. Taka takadum ta. Very interesting. So our next method is proven to have very high level outcomes, particularly with younger learners, particularly in the primary school, maybe year 7, but probably primary school. Naming rhythms after food, objects, names, places, stuff like that can really help children understand rhythm and internalize this concept with ease. Things like even making your own up, leaving it down to the learner, coming up with things together, creating your own rhythm set prove effective. Some of the good rhythms are things like banana, 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 banana for your triplets, oranges, things like that. So you can see from the diagram, but the full range. And of course you can combine these things together. Chocolate strawberry, da 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 da, da 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 da. Chocolate strawberry. Things like pizza, 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 instead of tumti. All the standard foods, all the standard objects. Kids find this really fun. Of course you got things like subway, subway, pizza, pizza, subway. Of course, you've got to be careful how you say it. Strawberry is a very popular one. Strawberry, strawberry, subway, strawberry, pizza, 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 subway, pizza. Interesting. So I think the key, just to summarize the key thoughts of this video, is you need to differentiate your methods. You need to employ, master, and explore all methods at all times. When I'm teaching in a classroom or one-to-one piano, whatever it is, I will blend all the 4 methods. Definitely less usage of the first method, one and wanty Andy. It's considered a bit out of date these days. We've got much better methods. I find Kodai very, very effective in the classroom. Like I said, younger learners do like their food. If you've got a really advanced learner, or if you're getting onto some complicated Southern American pieces, rhythmically syncopated, things like that, then I would suggest the conical method, especially if you're going to play quickly. In performance situations, personally, I will often go for conical.